Probably you already know about the supply chain and many other things that got out of control for most vehicle makers. Tesla may have too many pre-orders received compared to its competition, but according to Elon Musk, things are looking ugly right now. We already know how Elon Musk can be brutally honest when it comes to his companies, but this time it might be very serious. Tesla's CEO openly spoke about what's happening with Tesla right now, and the outcomes are pretty alarming. Musk claimed that the facilities in Austin, Texas and Berlin, Germany were practically losing billions of dollars. He attributes the situation to chronic COVID issues in China, where the batteries and other Tesla components are made. Could Tesla be indirectly declaring bankruptcy? In fact, Musk has been prompted to consider Tesla's bankruptcy risk due to fresh plant losses, supply chain issues, and COVID lockdowns. Musk says the last 2 years have been an utter nightmare of supply chain delays, one thing after another. We're not out of the woods yet. Our main concern is how to keep the factory running so we can pay workers and avoid going bankrupt. He used exaggeration in other parts of the conversation, and he may have done so while citing the prospects of bankruptcy. For example, he said automakers desperately want to go bankrupt, which is more colorful terminology than pure financial analysis. This has been a very challenging quarter, mostly due to supply chain and manufacturing troubles in China. We need to rally hard to recover, claimed Elon. Returning production to pre-lockdown levels at Tesla's Shanghai facility, known as Gigafactory 3, has been difficult due to the continuing lockdowns of the Chinese Economic Center, which forced the factory to shut for 22 days. While the municipal government assisted Tesla in reopening, the company faced various challenges, including the lack of personnel and logistical issues that hindered the supply of components, especially wire harnesses. The Tesla plant manufactured 10,757 cars at the end of April after reopening on the 19th of April, selling 1,512 of them, according to the figures supplied by the China Passenger Car Association. This was down from 65,814 automobiles delivered in March and was the lowest sales total since April 2020, 4 months after the facility began supplying China-made vehicles. However, Tesla seems closer to the conclusion of its most challenging financial quarter in more than 2 years. This is all going to be corrected fairly quickly, Musk stated in remarks. Right now, both the Berlin and Austin plants are massive money machines. A huge roaring sound can be heard, which is the sound of money on fire. Fire bigger than a trash can a dumpster is insufficient. Right now, Berlin and Austin are losing billions of dollars. There is a lot of money spent and minimal results. Tesla's Shanghai facility was closed for weeks owing to COVID-related lockdowns throughout the city. In the interview, Musk also revealed that the 2 facilities Tesla launched in the quarter, in Germany and Texas, cost the business billions of dollars in losses due to supply chain concerns that have resulted in small production. And of course, all of this affects the output at the company's Fremont, California plant as well. The majority of the components used in manufacturing Tesla vehicles originate in China, and the facility will hopefully shut down for 2 weeks only in July to prepare the company for a better production from China. The plants will then be upgraded to assist in enhancing the output. Despite the supply chain challenges plaguing Tesla and most other manufacturers worldwide, practically all experts predict that Tesla will stay profitable. From the records, Tesla has been profitable since late 2018 after many years of deficits. However, the corporation has reported higher quarterly earnings for the past 2 years than in the prior period. That run of consecutively growing revenues seems to be coming to an end. Analysts polled by Refinitiv predict that adjusted profits would decline to $2.5 billion in the second quarter, down from a record $3.7 billion in the first one. This is, nevertheless, an increase above the adjusted income of $1.6 billion in the second quarter of 2021. Tesla did see a 0.1% decrease in the new car production in the first quarter compared to the fourth quarter. However, its year-over-year output increased by 69%. In contrast, most other automakers globally reduced production in the quarter compared to the previous year owing to supply chain concerns. EV makers, including Tesla, are expected to disclose second quarter sales figures early next month. Tesla has raised pricing across the board in 2022 to offset increases in raw materials and components. However, this adds a few $billion to the company's bottom line. Still, it's not making up for the issues Tesla and other makers are experiencing right now. With economic concerns coming, there is also worry that car demand will begin to fall as prospective buyers tighten their belts. Despite all that's happening at Tesla, Musk still has the will to throw shades around. He recently slammed Rivian and Lucid Motors, telling Tesla owners of Silicon Valley at Gigafactory, Texas, that the competing electric vehicle businesses would fail unless something changes drastically. In the video, Musk claims that the only automobile businesses in the United States that haven't gone bankrupt are Tesla and Ford. Rivian and Lucid will both go bankrupt unless something drastic happens. I hope they can do something, but they are in significant danger until they drastically reduce their expenditures. Howard Smith, a contributing analyst at the Motley Fool, said that Rivian stands out in a growing field of EV makers for several reasons, including the fact that one of its early backers was Amazon, which has also given Rivian an additional baseload of up to 100,000 electric delivery vehicles on its order books. The issue for investors is valuation. The firm has a market capitalization of roughly $28 billion and near-term obstacles such as supply chain issues and rising input prices, so the stock price already includes strong execution. However, if the company can handle its short-term hurdles, it has all the ingredients for long-term success. There is no certainty, but for investors looking for long-term exposure to the EV market, Rivian seems to be a decent alternative right now. Despite some initial skepticism, Wedbush Securities analyst Dan Ives maintains an outperform rating on the stock. Rivian has been a train catastrophe from its first public offering and an overall bad eye for the EV sector, he said. Ives said that although the previous quarter was not without challenges for the EV maker, it now seems like Rivian is on the right road, with robust demand and a supply network capable of producing 25,000 deliveries this year. Is Musk being sincere about what's actually going on? From what we know, some experts believe that Bitcoin's sudden decrease might mean difficulties for the EV company, which holds a significant amount of it. And now, Tesla may face new challenges due to the quantity of Bitcoin it owns. Tesla purchased $1.5 billion in Bitcoin in 2021. According to CoinGecko, the price of Bitcoin was about $21,650 on the 15th of June, down almost 69% from its all-time high of $69,044 on the 10th of November 2021. The drop implies Tesla will almost certainly have to take a significant loss on its Bitcoin holdings in its second quarter earnings report. Tesla paid more than $30,000 for the cryptocurrency when it purchased it. After a few gains and losses, Tesla's carrying value on the approximately 42,000 coins retained was almost $1.26 billion at the end of the first quarter of 2022. Based on the current Bitcoin prices, Tesla is expected to incur a pre-tax loss of almost $360 million in the second quarter of 2022. Investors should consider it a one-time expense, and Bitcoin is unlikely to make or break second quarter earnings. That's just a guess, however. It's impossible to predict how investors will respond to any one-time fee. When do you expect Tesla to catch up with the current demand? Or will the supply chain issues push Tesla back for another couple of years? Let us know what you think in the comment section. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.